Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie. Welcome if this is your first visit. I will be doing an oracle card and crystal card reading for the week of May 31st through June 6th, 2020. So very end of May, first week of June. We do have a full moon on June 5th. So working with that kind of release energy this week, getting rid of things we don't need anymore. June tends to be a really powerful month for release because we do have this full moon, and then on the 21st we have the solstice, which is also an eclipse. So really a time to kind of get rid of things we no longer need. And there's so much kind of fear-based energy in the collective consciousness right now that it is a great time to work with. Just putting the intention out there that we're letting go of any energies that are not serving us right now, whatever that may be. You don't even have to name it if you're uncomfortable naming it. If you just don't have the energy to do any soul searching right now and you're like, I don't even know what I need to get rid of, but I know I'm not feeling great, then just put the intention out there. I release anything that is no longer serving me. I release anything that is not in my highest good. And let your own higher self and the universe take care of getting rid of what you no longer need. You don't even have to think about it. Just let it go. So this week we will be doing another pick a card, a crystal-based pick a card. Here are our 3 crystals for this week. And this one is a golden rutilated quartz, which has an amazing structure. Can't really get it on video, but that's a golden rutilated quartz. That's going to be number 1 this week. This one is scolasite. That will be number 2 this week. And this one is aragonite, which looks vastly different in this polished, tumbled form than it does in its raw form. In its raw form, it looks very sort of alien. It's a kind of a rust color and has kind of a tubular, shiny structure. So there will be a picture of it on the card this week, but really looks different when it's tumbled like this. But I just happen to have a tumbled piece. So aragonite. And then the oracle deck I'm going to use this week is the Keepers of the Light oracle card deck. And I thought this would be nice to give us kind of, depending on if you pick 1, 2, or 3, or 2 of them, or all 3 of them, whatever you feel. We'll draw an oracle card, and this deck happens to give sort of higher vibration entities that you can work with during this time period. So we'll have an energy of an entity you can tune into or work with, maybe even meditate with this week. So let's put the crystal cards up here first. So first I'll draw for number 1, which is the golden rutilated quartz. It, as all quartzes do, will resonate most strongly with all the chakras and will help balance all the chakras simultaneously. Its 3 key words are manifestation, amplification, and resolution. Interesting. The affirmation or mantra you can use this week is, I easily and clearly visualize what I wish to manifest. So this is a great time period to kind of give anything you don't want a whoosh out with the full moon on the 5th, and then start focusing on really getting clear on visualizing what you want to manifest, working toward the next new moon. Some of us are not terribly great at visualizing. I am not really a visual person. In my private readings, I get most of my information. Sometimes I'll get signs and symbols in readings, but for the most part, I get it as what I call streaming audio. So I am not a super visual person. And for those of you who are similar to me, who are not really visual people, don't get stuck on that. Sometimes we get stuck and hung up and we don't get anywhere because we're like, ooh, I have to clearly visualize what I want. It says I have to clearly visualize what I want. If I don't clearly visualize what I want, I'm not going to be able to get what I want. And that's not the case at all. If you're not a really visual person, just go with the intention of visualization. So what I mean by that is, say what you want to manifest is a blue car, but you really in your mind's eye can't get a clear picture of a blue car. You're just not a visual person. There are various ways you can go about this. You can do a vision board, print out pictures of blue cars, the exact one you want. Print out things that are the color blue. Work with crystals that are the color blue. Wear clothing that is the color blue. Anything you can do to bring the energy of blue into your experience. But mainly, put a screensaver on your computer or the background picture on your phone that is a picture of the blue car you want. Anything so your mind doesn't have to come up with that visualization of it is totally fine. Looking at it is the same, really, as visualizing it. Don't get hung up if you can't visualize it. It is not an issue. So the intention of visualizing it is more important than the actual visual that you get in your head. Don't get stuck on the specifics of it. Just get a clear picture of it, even if you're looking at it rather than creating it in your own mind. So that's what saying is key for your manifestation. Get clear right after this full moon on the 5th. Get really clear on what it is that you want to bring into your life. Is it an object? Is it a relationship? Is it a career change? Is it a different energy? Maybe it's just the energy of peace or the energy of ease. What is it that you want to get clear on? Really get clear on that. Write it down. Surround yourself with it, with the energy of what it is you want. And then work with this mantra. I easily and clearly visualize what I wish to manifest. So that's your crystal card for the golden rutilated
quartz, if that's the one that you chose, if you chose number 1 this week. And then we will draw an oracle card from the Keepers of Light deck. Oh, funny. So I love that this has a very golden energy about it, but it's the Miriam, which represents sacred vision, which is visualization, which is what we've just been talking about. So really using your intuition and your inner vision, your third eye, that kind of psychic vision that you have to manifest what you want during this time period if you chose card 1. It says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So that's your energy if you chose card 1, and really, again, with the message of vision and visualization to bring in what you want. And if you chose number 2, that was the scolacite. It's going to resonate most strongly with your third eye and crown chakras, so these upper 2 chakras, really bringing in spiritual energy, higher vibration energies, connection to your higher self, and intuitive information through that third eye chakra. The 3 keywords are astral travel, inner peace, and tolerance. So far these have an interesting twist on the keywords, maybe not what you'd expect. This first one with the rutilated quartz was manifestation, amplification. You usually expect prosperity to follow that. Resolution follows that. So really resolving how we want to do things and getting clear on how we want to do things for that one. On this one, astral travel, inner peace, and then it's followed by tolerance. So really, kind of finding a third dimensional human ego-based tolerance, which brings us that inner peace. It says, I am very connected to every realm in the universe. I am very connected to every realm in the universe is your mantra or affirmation if you chose the scolacite, which is number 2 this week. And I did forget to mention, well, I don't know what I did with my deck box. Here it is. This is the Healing Crystals deck. Number 6 is where these crystal cards are from this week. So the crystal card that we're going to, the oracle card for this week is going to be, Saint Germain. Interesting. The Saint Germain card has a very strong third eye representation, which goes to this kind of third eye and crown chakra, but also very much connected to your heart. Saint Germain is all about sort of releasing things that no longer serve us, which is perfect for the full moon on June 5th. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. So that's what that card says, where this is, I am very connected to every realm in the universe. So sort of using that higher vibration energy to connect with
the energetic vibration of Saint Germain to release anything that no longer serves us on the full moon, which gets us out of that place of sort of drama and angst and heavy energy. Create your own path. What is it that makes you feel comfortable right now? Things are going to be weird for a while. What is your path? How do you create your own path? Release anything that is not according to your path. Doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. What makes you comfortable? Release anything that doesn't, and make room for good energy. So that's you're really tuning into your own intuition to do this, to guide you to create that path. That's your energy if you chose the Scolasite, which was number 2. And then number 3, if you remember, I said aragonite, which looks vastly different in its tumbled form. Here's what it looks like in its raw form. And it is going to work with the lower chakras, but it does also resonate with your intuition. So it's kind of a strange combination of grounding energy, creative energy, and higher vibration energy coming in through that spiritual center of your crown. Grounding, stabilizing, and centering. The mantra or affirmation you can use for this one is, I am grounded and connected to the energy of the earth. So if you chose the aragonite, which was number 3 this week, really kind of needing that grounding energy, probably especially through the energy of the full moon. It's going to be a really big month energetically this month in June. Gemini energy is always kind of, I'm a Gemini, my birthday is next week, June 8th. But Gemini energy is always a little discombobulating for those who are not Geminis, because it is kind of a dual polars. We always have more than one thing going if we're a Gemini. So it's, it is important. This is giving an extra reminder that it is important to stay grounded and connected to that earth energy, especially this month. So the card that pops out for this one, if you choose number 3, the aragonite, is the Brigid card. And Brigid represents inner strength, and that's who you can work with this week, which is great for remaining connected to the earth, to that strong earthbound energy. It says, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. And what do we get when we stay our own path, stay connected to the earth, stay grounded, stay centered, stay balanced? We are in our own power. So this is very apropos to go along with this aragonite. Also, color-wise, this is interesting. Again, this week we have the golden energy for the related quartz. We have the violet energy for the Scolasite and the Saint Germain, and then we have this very fiery red energy for the Brigid card. So moving back to wholeness, recognizing that when we are connected to the earth energy and our root chakra, doing some root chakra meditation would be a great idea, especially through this full moon, for those of you that chose number 3. Connecting to the earth energy and recognizing that when you are stable, that is when you are in your power. So that is our energy. Again, this is May 31st through June 6th with the full moon on June 5th. I do have a be.live show coming up. If any of you tuned in a couple weeks ago, I was scheduled to do a radio show talking about the Akashic Records, which is one of the types of readings I do. We had some technical difficulties, so I am back on a different format. That will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. It'll be through Facebook, but through be.live TV. It will be recorded if you're not able to tune in. I believe it will be Wednesday. I think Wednesday is the 3rd, but let me double check. Wednesday the 3rd at 11 a.m. As soon as I have links for that, I will put those on both my Instagram and my Facebook page. So if you haven't already friended me on Facebook or liked my Instagram page, you might want to do that this week. That way you'll get a notification when we do go live on Wednesday, and I will put links to my Facebook and my Instagram below. The other thing I wanted to let everyone know is I was guided to start doing my healing sessions again. I shut those down a few years ago because it was just too much. My schedule has changed recently, so I am able to start doing healings again in addition to my readings. And the readings I do, if you've had readings with me, you know, especially the Akashic Records ones, they generally contain some pretty intense healing energy, just the readings themselves, but these will be dedicated healing sessions that I'm going to do, and I'll have those on my website, so I will put a link to my website below. If you have any questions about those, just shoot me a message and let me know. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I hope to see you Wednesday on be.live, and I will see you next week.